before I start my third part of my SGD, I will just have a few reminders that if you want to end with a quote or calling for action, please look at your opening and body, whether your quote and action are related to your opening and body. Okay? Just like in One Piece, 我要成为海贼王 is very good. But if you are in One Piece, 一起收服神奇宝贝 that looks weird. Okay? So remember, quote and calling for action should be related to your opening and body. Okay? Okay, let's get down to our third part. To make your speech wonderful, imagine this. You are a great speaker. After you deliver your speech, and every audience stood up and clapped for you. At that time, you are so happy in your mind, but you cannot show out. You have to suppress your feeling and wear a confident smile and enjoy the applause from the audience. Later on, you walk down the stage with confidence and a slow pace like this. And wow, all the audience will look at you, so handsome, so charismatic. This is just a wonderful speech. But you might ask, what is really a wonderful speech? Is it a script with deep thoughts, or provide many details, or it is very, very persuasive? Of course, these are all the factors that may affect your speech. But this is not the most important part. Sometimes I would like to say speech is just like a drama. There are so many paralinguistic features. 副语言学的, okay? Paralinguistic features you have to be aware of. What are paralinguistic? I will give you an example. Howard is so handsome. Howard is so handsome. Or Howard is handsome? You know, these three quotes, they have the same words, but in fact it has different meaning, right? So by just changing a little intonation and your facial expression, the meaning has changed a lot. So in speech, you have to learn 4 things about it. The first is the voice. Second, eye contact. Third one, gesture. The fourth one, movement. And since they are so important, so I would illustrate it one on one. Okay, voice, eye contact, gesture, and movement. First, voice. There are 3 main features in a voice, and I would like to use a triangle of voice. The first is the speed. Speed is important because it affects how the audience can understand your speech. If you speak too fast, the audience may not be able to keep on track with your speech. But if you speak too slow, the audience might fall asleep, right? But there is one thing important that it will affect your speed on stage, the nervousness. If you are too nervous on stage, you might tend to speak faster, and faster. Or maybe you are too nervous that you even dare to say a word. So it will make your speech slow. So how to have an adequate speed? That is, you have to rehearse again and again so that you are familiar with your script, so that you will have a script that is in the time limit. The second one is loudness. You might be curious, loudness, is that important? Since we have a microphone, why do we need to be careful of the loudness? But sometimes, because you are so nervous, so you will speak slower, you have. So even if you have a microphone, your voice still too small and the microphone cannot receive your signal, right? And someone will use the microphone like this. But if you are not loud enough, the microphone cannot hear your voice, right? So you have to put the microphone at the right place for about 2 centimeters in front of your mouth. 2 centimeters, or can this signal, can you hear this? No, right?
No.
You have to about 2 centimeters. I know it's a little yucky that your mouth water will right? But it's okay, just for 6 minutes you won't get sick. Loudness. Okay? Loudness. Third one, intonation. Intonation are just like the ups and downs of your voice. In Chinese, we call it 抑扬顿挫. Okay? So it can make your story more colorful. For example, Howard is a very handsome person, but he had a bad childhood memory. You feel that, wow, he's very handsome. Yes, of course. But what? He had a childhood memory. This is the power of intonation. You don't even have to look at the speaker, then you can get what she wants to deliver. This is the power of intonation. The three features, speed, loudness, intonation, are important. They're just like the soul of your speech. But later, I have to tell you there is something more important. Okay, everyone, please focus on me. Yes, this is called a pause. You have to pause. When you pause, the auditorium will be very quiet that you can even hear a pin drop from the floor. But why do we need to pause? Why not just keep saying? Because you have to pause, you have to relax yourself and relax the audience a little bit so that the audience can digest what you want to say. And you can also think what you are going to say next. Also, pause is a way to keep the audience attention to you. Why? Because if you are keep saying, the audience might feel numb of your voice. So when you feel quiet, you will feel strange. Like, what's going on the stage? So the audience will focus on you again. So four things, speed, loudness, intonation, and no voice, the pause. Please remember this triangle and this icon when you rehearse. The second one, eye contact. It is so simple that you have to look at the audience when you deliver speech. But why do you have to look at the audience? If you look at the floor, what will happen? Well, nothing will happen, but the audience will just feel that you are not confident at all. If you keep looking at the PowerPoint, what will happen? You will feel that the speaker is not familiar with your script, with his script, so he has to look at the PowerPoint all the time. So the first reason you need eye contact is you want to show confidence. But eye contact is more than confidence. If you are a good actor, then eye contact can show your love to your audience. For example, if in a movie, right? In a movie, the boy and girl will look at each other in eyes with love and confess to the girl like, I love you, right? In Chinese, we say it called 含情脉脉地看着他. Okay. So eye contact is powerful because it conveys your love. Also, if it's a bad person, you will feel the bloodlust of his eyes, like they want to eat you, and then you will know that, oh, do not get close to the person because he is dangerous like this. Yeah, that's eye contact. I know you don't have to be so exaggerated on stage, but remember it. Also, in Chinese, if you say that person is erotic, what will you say? That person is 色眯眯. Okay, 色眯眯. It's also about eye contact. So eye contact is something very important in your speech because it can show your confidence and show your emotion, how you feel right now. Okay, is that clear?
Yes.
Third thing, gesture. Actually, gesture is very natural when you talk. When you talk, you will want to use your hand. It's so simple. You want to use your hand. But when you are on stage, you have to do it deliberately. You have to move it big, like this, to make all the audience can look at your gesture. And also, I might see some people will just hold the microphone too tightly, look like a statue or look like a robot. But remember, this is a robot, but I know it's not you. You are not a robot. You need gestures on stage to make your speech look natural. But if you have too many robot gestures like ding, 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 then it will look strange. It will look strange. So just be careful when what will you do when you are rehearsed. It's so simple. So look at the mirror and you will see what your gestures are. Okay, and keep in mind. Finally, movement. I will teach some useful movement like this. Okay, no, I will not teach you this. This is too exaggerated, but you have to move on the stage. Movement is not so necessary in a speech, but you still have to move. For example, you have to do it in purpose. If you want to get closer to the audience, to show your connection between the audience, so you walk in the front of your speech, of your podium, right, of the stage. If you want to show the transition, you just move left to right. But I don't move left to right in this SGD so often because there is a slide, so I don't want to block the slide. And remember, do not pace on the stage. Like, I just keep walking, 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 and walking, walking, walking. And everyone will look at you walking, not listening to your speech. So movement. Remember to move a little bit on the stage. So if you still remember, there are 4 things related to paralinguistic features: the voice, eye contact, gesture, and movement. Voice, eye contact, gesture, and movement. With these things, see, the person is coming out again. You can add voice, eye contact, gesture, and movement, and put them together and practice, practice, and we will become a beautiful girl like this. Yes, it's beautiful, but you have to put it together. You have to be familiar with these steps. And that's the end for my 3rd part of my prepared speech SGD. Now, if you have already finished your script, you can start to memorize it and try to add these features in your speech. Okay? So, let's go. Okay. So for the eye contact, I will have a little bit more detail. Eye contact sometimes is not necessary, but if you are not Steve Jobs or a politician, do not do this. For example, Steve Jobs is a charismatic person, so he usually look at the floor like this, right? But if you are not Steve Jobs, do not use this. Or you are a politician, you want to show that you have a vision, and the crowd is everywhere is to see such a big politician coming here, a great politician. So you want to show you have a far vision of the world. So you look the audience. You do not look the audience. You look in the back of the audience. But it's okay if you are not that person, then do not use these steps. But if you want to show that you are charismatic, then you can try. Yeah, maybe it's powerful. A little bit is okay. A little bit. Okay. Yeah, 我们看这是他们。因为我们知道，因为经常会有这个国家的，因为他们有，然后老师里面没有这个，就是说，好像有。